and then do the same thing. We're alternating these guys. Nice and slow, breathe out here at this end position. And then come just right across that body. We're gonna do a 12 right there. There we go. And then once we get those, geez, got a little tripod falling all over the place. All right, so we're gonna be good right there. So from here, we're gonna take what I call tall plank groiner. So we're gonna get in a push-up position right in here. And what's gonna happen, so we're in that push-up position. What I'm gonna want, I just wanna bring one foot forward and I'm gonna drop my hips down towards the ground as much as you can. And you're gonna notice that you're gonna feel that inside of that leading leg. We're gonna come down, one, switch that leg off, and we're just doing 12 total alternating. So 6 per side. This is number 3 right here. Making sure that you're squeezing the glute of the foot that is behind you. So in this case, my right side, I'm driving dips towards the ground there. Sheesh. I'm gonna take one more per side. Down. From there, we're gonna stay in that position. We're gonna come one leg out, drop that rear knee, and you're just gonna go ahead and sit back. Again, feeling the inside of that thigh. We're gonna rock back, and then we're gonna rock forward a couple of seconds. Rock back once again. We're gonna focus one leg at a time. And we're gonna take 6 total. You should feel this guy right in the inside of that thigh. We're gonna finish up that last one. You're gonna go ahead and switch off for me. I'm gonna do the other leg. Nice little exhale as you rock back. A lot of times I notice that clients or even just anyone who's stretching, you might feel a little uncomfortable and you might have a tendency to tense up a little bit. Try and just breathe and relax. And then we're gonna take one more there. And once that feels good, if you guys need a little sit, feel free. But when you're ready, we're gonna come right back up and we're just gonna reset with those cross body reaches coming across. Give you guys a couple of seconds if you guys wanna grab a little sip. And if not, oh, perfect. Cool. Once we're done there, we're gonna come right back into that tall plank and we're right into those groiners. So just coming forward, dropping that hip towards the ground. Again, inside of that thigh stretching, and we're alternating 12 total. Every time you step forward, just try to get a little bit more out of that stretch. Maybe you'll notice that one hip is tighter than the other. And then from there, once we're good there, we're coming right back, foot out, and we're just gonna rock back and forth. Again, one leg at a time here. We're just gonna go 6. We're gonna switch those legs there. All right. Once we're good there, we're gonna switch up the series real quick. You're gonna stay in that same prone position, but now what we're gonna do, alternating pigeon stretch. So we're gonna go across the body, knee to the ground, and I just want you to focus on keeping the back flat, but dropping the chest towards the knee. Nice little exhale as you come down, press away, back into that tall plank position, and we're just alternating this guy. Get a good 10 here, 5 aside. Feel this guy right in that glute. On the leg that's behind you, you're gonna feel that hip flexor a little bit. And then once we're done there, you're gonna lay down for me. Something similar that Serge had us do earlier, except we're gonna go straight leg lowers. So the idea here, using that core nice and stable and engaged so that way we don't have any space in between the back and the ground. From there, you can base out with the hands if you like. Nice straight legs, dropping one at a time, keeping that core engaged, using the abs, a little bit of hip distance. Bring that guy up.
People are kind of shitty. Like, so I feel like my job is always.
We're gonna take 10 total there. I'm gonna go a couple more. And then from there, feet are gonna come down. We're gonna plant those heels on the ground. And you're gonna give me a 90-90. I'm just gonna drop both knees in the same direction towards the ground. And you're gonna feel inside of that hip there. And we're coming right back over. So right here we have a 90-90 hip switch. And we're gonna take 10 total there. Trying to keep back in full contact with the ground. Give you guys that front view. Coming down. Squeezing the glute, letting that front side of that hip stretch. Other side. Squeeze that glute, front side of that hip stretches.
Wow.
Take a couple more there. One. From there, when you guys are ready, we're just gonna go ahead and reset. And we're just gonna complete everything one more time. We're gonna go ahead and start off with those alternating pigeons. So coming across the body, and again, just nice and easy exhale, trying to get as much range as you can out of it. Drop the chest towards the ground, press away. We're gonna switch that off. Take one more on this side. And we're gonna take one more transition over to the straight legs. So lying back, core is engaged, legs are straight. And we're dropping a nice little tap with the heel on the ground. We'll take 12 total. Being very mindful of that core, not letting you get lazy. Then you're gonna feel a lot of pressure in the back. And then lastly, one more time, switching over, 90-90 hip switch, rotating one hip in, the other one out, 12 switches total. Great job right there, guys. All right, everybody's looking a little more loose now. I'll go ahead and pass this over, whether it's Mr. Andrew or Sergio next.
Sounds good. I think everyone can hear me here. I want to say hi to Professor. Thanks for joining in here. I think you're sipping and bench stretching? Question mark. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. But yes, Andrew's going to take us through his sequence. Those of you here last week, you remember the Ocho. I think we're doing the 6 today. 6 and 6.
Yeah. So we had eight exercises, 8 reps of each exercise last week, and it was kind of my little activation flow. We all know it's not a great idea to stretch a cold body. Your muscles are shortened already, and when you try to just do a static hanging hamstring stretch, those muscles are just going to fight against you and try to shorten to protect themselves, and you're not going to be able to stretch them effectively. So that's why a lot of the movements Sergio started you off with and Sal's taking you through, we're just trying to get you warmed up dynamically instead of a static stretch. It just increases blood flow to the muscles. It actually warms them up temperature wise and just relaxes them and gets them prepped for movement. So we can properly lengthen them when we stretch. So this little activation sequence that I kind of I'm going to take you guys through is really good for just warming up the core, glutes and hamstrings. Sal did a real good job of loosening up everyone's hip flexors. Obviously, Sergio did a good job of getting everyone's body ready. So this will be less stretching and just a little bit more activation. Again, each exercise is only 8 reps, so just focus on quality of movement instead of volume or speed or anything like that. We're gonna stay seated. We're gonna start up on our back, and we're gonna do something similar to what Saul did with the single leg drops. We're gonna drop both legs at the same time. So we're gonna go 8 reps here. Just adjust the screen. We're just gonna go on our backs here. If you have a towel or something that you want to put behind your head, that's fine. Both legs straight up. You should feel a good stretch in your hamstrings. We're gonna drop both legs at the same time. Bring it up. Just 8 reps on this. So down. Little tap on the floor, straight back up, use your core. Lower back should stay flat on the ground. Upper back should stay flat on the ground. Head should stay back. Eyes pointing straight up. I believe that's 5 for me, so I'm gonna go 3 more here. Again, just focusing on quality movement. Okay, that's 8 for me, and I'm gonna just drop that down, take a couple deep breaths, and I'm gonna go into single leg hip bridges, 8 per leg. I'm gonna stay on one leg for all 8. We're just gonna, some people like to extend their foot out and do it. I like to kind of just bend my knee and just kind of relax. I'm gonna drive up with this glute. This hamstring, this glute are gonna be working really hard, so I'm gonna go 8 reps on this side. Try to keep my hips level, not to have any tilting either way. Just go 8, nice and slow. Good squeeze at the top here. That glute should be really firing. If you feel your hamstring working really hard or feel like it's gonna cramp and your leg is out here, bring your heel a little closer to your butt. That'll engage a little bit more glute and less hamstring. I'm gonna go 1 more on this side and then switch. 8 reps on the left side. Again, really focusing on that hip, that glute, that hamstring. Trying to keep your core tight, keep those hips level. I'm gonna go 3 more here. Good. And then I'm pretty sure we're all familiar with the open books where you kind of lean one way and open up to one side. It's really good for your thoracic T-spine mobility. I'm going to switch that up just a tiny bit. I'm going to have you guys go 90-90 with the knees and the ankles. My hands are going to go palms down here or palms out here to give yourself some room. I'm going to drop those knees to either side and I'm going to alternate. 8 total, so just 4 reps a side, nice and slow again, focusing on quality movement. So I'm going to drop these knees down to this side, try to keep my shoulders square, a couple inches from the ground. Use my core muscles to drive myself back up to neutral. Quick pause, quick breath, then I'm going to drop to the other side. Again, a couple inches off the ground with the knees, nice and slow and controlled, bring it back up to neutral. 8 total. So you're getting a lot of core activation here, and you're also getting some mobility work for your thoracic spine. I got 1 more on my left side. Drop those feet down, a couple deep breaths. 3 more exercises here. I'm gonna drop the last 2 exercises because those focus a lot more on our hips and hip mobility, and Saul took us through pretty much everything that we could possibly do for our hips. So thank you, Saul. This is a simple one, everyone knows dead bugs. We're gonna go 8 per side. So again, knees should be straight over your hips, 90 degrees here. Arms should be straight up. We're gonna drop alternating leg with hand. So my left leg is gonna extend out, my right arm is gonna come back. I'm gonna bring those back up. 8 total. So for a side, I'm gonna alternate. I got 4 more here. And 1 more. Couple deep breaths here. Now we're going to make sure our core is nice and activated. We're gonna do some straight arm, straight leg sit-ups. So legs are gonna go straight out in front of you. Arms are gonna start over your head. So we're gonna get a lot of core activation with the sit-up, and we're also gonna get some shoulder mobility with shoulder extension. So I'm gonna start with my hands over my head, bring them out in front of me, sit all the way up, reach tall, and then try to extend your arms back as far as you can so they cover your ears. Deep breath at the top, and then slowly bring it back down. Arms are gonna go back over the head. We're gonna go 8 reps here. Nice and tall. Again, at the top, try to drive those shoulders back as far as you can. Try to have them cover your ears. If you can go back farther, that'd be great. 3 more here. Good, and 1 more. Nice exhale at the top. Lower yourself down really slow. Now we got 1 more. I'm gonna bring you guys up on your knees. So hip flexors. The last little glute activation here. Instead of just leaning forward and getting into that hip extension, we're gonna rock back, fire this glute to the top, and a squeeze there. So when you squeeze this glute, you might feel a stretch in the front of the quad. That's all good. We're gonna go 8 aside here. 2, 3, 2 more for me. And last one. Again, chest up, chin up. Nice extension in the hip there. Just 8 more reps on this side. So I'm gonna rock back, fire that right glute. Feel stretch in that right quad, and rock back. I got 3 more here. And last one. And usually when I get through that sequence, especially if I add in those last 2 exercises, which is like a good morning, just a double leg hinge and then single leg RDLs, my body really feels awake and ready to move, and all my muscles feel like they're nice and warm and ready to go. So always try to get through a proper warm up instead of just a stretch before you work out. And all the guys at Axis do a great job, and girls, all the guys and girls at Axis do a great job of getting everyone stretch out dynamically instead of just a lot of static stretching. So thanks for listening, guys, and I'm gonna send it back to Sergio.
Alrighty, folks, here we go. Last 5 minutes. Thank you so much, Andrew and Saul. That was excellent. I'll just try to round it out with a little bit of, let's do some forearm stretching and some upper body joint mobility. And after that, I think you guys should be all set to do whatever you got to do next, whether that's having dinner or another workout or who knows. So let's go kneeling down, standing up, wherever you're most comfortable. Palm face down like that, and then pull back a little bit here. So we're getting the wrist flexors here, right? So we're extending back in that direction. If you prefer to press this against the wall or the ground, you can be a little more aggressive stretch there, as long as that feels okay in your wrist. And if you add a little bit of elbow bend, even with that pullback, that's going to add a little bit more there, right? Just take a couple deep breaths there, get the shoulder low. I think for all of us, especially as trainers, we're doing more online, more sitting, and that is not familiar. So it's definitely, you need more, self-care in this kind of way, as far as stretching, forearms, wrists, standing up. Make sure you guys switch to the other side here. And breathe here. But again, just like, I think as trainers, we always think of, ways of strengthening or moving around to solve certain problems or issues, right? I mean, I think that's what our specialty is right? Figure out ways of doing that. And I think, thank you, iPhone, appreciate it. And then, but like even, strengthening your extensors, those opposite muscles right here, whether that's with a rubber band or something you can flex, or those, that thing that you grab and you roll it up, like that is all going to help you strengthen your extensors there too. So stretching or strengthening is by definition stretching your opposing muscle group there. All right, and whether you're standing or seated here, let's go arm circles forward. Keep a little bit of core, keep some glutes here. So that's what's important, is to be able to, keep your core stability while you're moving your limbs. That's what we want. Forward, breathe, backwards. There you go. Nice. And then, when in doubt, hug it out here. So forward and back, across the chest. There we go. Breathe. So this is joint mobility for our shoulders here. And then the last one I'll do in this same position is hands right behind the back. Interlock them. Push your hands down towards the ground, towards your back pockets. get the shoulders back, and then tilt the head to one side. This is very quickly becoming my favorite stretch, which I think I've done with almost every single client I've worked with virtually. Stretch your traps, stretch your shoulders, get the pec muscles back in a good position. Get the chin up there too and breathe. And the phone muscles here, the one that makes their head go forward there. Keep breathing there. I think when you get those big, deep belly breaths, that's when you get that relaxation in those shoulders. Good. Make sure you guys switch sides here. Same thing on the other side. Keep breathing here. Get that head tilt. 2 or 3 deep breaths should be enough here. Keep the shoulders back. All right, and then to finish here, we'll do kind of like a total body joint mobility, a little bit of rotation here. If you guys are standing, just square up here, feet, let's say, just about shoulder width apart, and then just turn to one side here. So you're twisting from your hips, so belly button and hips moving together, toes pivoting. Get the hands involved, keep those loose. There you go. So we're getting rotation there. To finish, we'll get this and some leg swings here. But I do appreciate everyone coming, especially Lindy and Colin, Denise and Ben and Rick, as always. Good. And of course our instructors here, Saul, Andrew. Thank you so much. Mallory, thank you so much. And then Scott and Allie for giving us the platform here. And then Jody for just always showing up with all the dogs. So the other side. I don't want to say you're hoarding dogs, but there's a lot there. Nice, Denise, thanks for getting in there. There you go. Thanks, Scott, for joining on in. John Berardi, famous.
Love it, bro.
Thanks, Scott. All right, are you guys ready to shake it off there? Breathe. You guys are good to go. Thank you so much. Thank you guys again. Awesome work.
What's up, bro? Great job. As always, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Sal, everybody. Kick
Thank
ass.
you, guys.
See you soon, bros.
Guys, good seeing you.
Good job,
Thanks,
guys.
Sergio.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. Thanks, Andrew.
Sergio, I gotta run. You know what I got to tend to.
Nice. There you go. Good luck. Good luck, man.
Hi,
There you go.
Doesn't
Ah, yes, Han Solo. He's still in there. Denise and Ben, thanks so much. Ben, that beard is dark. I like it.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for joining. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, thanks again, Saul. That was awesome.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Cool. I like it. The salute.
A little salute.
I like that. That's Neil.
A
I was doing a lot of bowing. You know, you can't like shake hands, right? So I was like, okay. Maybe do
little more assertive, you know, just.
Yeah, there you go. That's better. Stop.
All right. I'm going to see what I can do with this new mobility.
Yep.
Guys, peace.